It's time for SideScrollers from ScrewAttack with your hosts, Stuttering Craig.
Die.
Chad.
I'm not having any fun. The plot's gone all to hell, and any second now, the outro's probably gonna come in and cut us off from whatever we're.
And Professional Jared.
I hope your pretty little hands aren't tired, because you're gonna make me a coat hanger.
And now, broadcasting from the World ScrewAttack headquarters in Dallas, Texas, it's the SideScrollers.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
I'm Chad.
And I'm Professional Jared.
Welcome to the most entertaining 30 to 45 minutes of your video game week. It is SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com, and oh man, do we have a show this week? It's gonna be a good one.
We have a show this week, yes.
Man, it's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
What's the secret?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to the big announcement very shortly, but first, how is everybody? Everybody great? Everybody prepped? Everybody ready to go?
I'm ready to go to PAX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming up.
Talk about that. We're going to the Penny Arcade Expo this coming weekend.
Yes, we'll be up in Seattle, so if you want to join us, you're more than welcome. If you see us walking around, say what's going on. It's going to be really great. We want you guys to say hi. We like to say hi. We'd like to give you hugs, only if you're females. I'll do the occasional male hug, you know.
Remember when you racked that guy who photobombed you?
Yeah.
That was last year at PAX.
Yeah, don't be photobombing. Otherwise...
We're taking a picture of some G1s, this guy photobombs, and Craig kicked him in the dick.
Just saying. Don't fuck with me. All right?
You have a panel, don't you?
But other than
Yes.
that, feel free to come say hi.
Actually, we'll be doing a panel with Destructoid at 12:30 on Saturday. It'll be me and Nero and a bunch of the Destructoid folks up there. We're going to be talking about growing websites and all that fun stuff. So hopefully we'll see you guys out there. It'll be really, really great.
There's also
I'll have merch for sale.
Yeah, there's also an Angry Video Game Nerd panel going on this year, which is new for them.
Yes, so there's going to be lots of opportunities for ScrewAttack Love.
Yeah.
Yes, so and after both panels, we'll be out there signing and doing merchandise stuff. So it'll be great. You know, you'll be able to pick up all your favorite ScrewAttack merchandise. Which, hey, speaking of, real quick, we still have that great deal going on, right, on ScrewAttack Store?
The free shipping just ended because it was this weekend only, but right now through the end of August, if you place an order that's over $10, you get a free Too Hot for the Internet DVD. So
free DVD, over $10. That's like pretty freaking awesome. So good stuff. All right, so yes, a big week this week, huge week. We're super excited. PAX going on this week, tons of PAX coverage, and a lot of other good stuff on the site as well. You know, Brad has been on the site quite a bit frequently.
That he has.
Between Unaware Steve and the interviews, and you're actually going to see a little bit more of him, but you're going to see him and Lauren later this week as well.
Ooh.
So
That was finally done?
Yeah, well, they've been done. It's just been a matter of getting them up. So you also see a review of Deus Ex,
Yes.
Human Revolution, and a review of...
Jared's face. He's just like putting it.
I was excited for that game, and I got to play it all the weekend,
so,
which was not enough.
So you see that review, as well as a review of Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, which was done by Chad.
Oh, both of you guys?
Yeah, I know. Sorry. What can I say?
All right, so there you go. A huge week, nonetheless, capped off by a huge side scroller this week. But right now, it's time for my favorite segment. Your favorite segment. Everyone's favorite segment. It's time for
Hard News.
All the day's news from this past week. It's time for
Hard news this week. We're gonna start off with some Nintendo talk. The biggest news story is that during Gamescom, but not at Gamescom, Nintendo had finally announced the official release date for Zelda Skyward Sword.
Hooray.
So you guys can look forward to that on November 20th for here in the States.
Cool. Will it be obsolete on the Wii by the time it's released in November?
No.
Well, no, just follow me on this, because they've already announced the Wii U. And look, I know it'll be a good year between, you know, the time it's released and the time the Wii U comes out. But, I mean, surely they have to have plans to release. It's kind of like...
I will kill your obsolation argument by saying that all
It's a
Wii
Zelda
things can
game.
be played on the Wii U.
Yeah, but do you think they'll do what they did with Twilight Princess and release a GameCube and Wii version? You don't think so? No? All right.
Because the Wii version of Twilight Princess can play on the Wii U.
Sure, but you don't think they'll make like a... I don't know, the big thing with the Wii U is it's HD and it's super great. You don't think they'll make an HD version of...
I could
I
see
don't
him
think
doing
Nintendo's not smart enough to upscale stuff.
I don't know. I could see him doing something like that. But yeah, it's a Zelda game. No matter what they do, they're just gonna put it out. It's just gonna make money.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But actually, speaking of an obsolete Wii, our current models of Wii are now obsolete because there's a new model of the Wii out. So
More than
far,
just the black one?
So far, it's only confirmed for Europe, but there's a brand new model of the Wii. It's going to be a slightly smaller, more slim model of the Wii. So if the Wii wasn't small enough for you, it is now like
Pocket
a third
size.
smaller.
You can now put it in your front pocket on the go. which is
Ah,
You remember the PS1 ONE one? You know, the one that was like that big,
Yeah.
and they like advertised because it could fit in Jinkos.
now the
Good times.
biggest thing, Jinkos.
Yeah, you remember.
good. It is.
Now the biggest thing with the new Wii model is that it cannot play GameCube games whatsoever. There is no GameCube memory card slot or controller slot or even a disc tray for GameCube
Does
games.
it play DVDs? No. Don't care. All right.
Well, no, it's funny because I had no idea that the GameCube side of things took up that much space to minimize. I don't know how big this thing's gonna be.
I think it's mostly like the controller stuff is what take up most of the space.
Oh, you're
That's
right.
my
the
guess.
controller ports.
Yeah.
Before, yeah. I don't know, but at this point, really, you know, backwards compatibility was important 5 years ago, 6 years ago when the Wii came out. But now I guess it's one of those things where you as you mentioned on Hard News, the better solution is just going out and buying a GameCube because you can get that one for $10. So
The biggest thing
15
is like a lot of complaints we always hear about the Wii is the fact that there's no games to play on it. So what better to fix that than remove how many games you can play on your Wii?
That's very true.
Besides,
And it's at the end of its life cycle.
and at the same time, you can use the GameCube controllers for other games. I play Smash Brothers Brawl with a GameCube controller because that's
everybody,
the
yeah.
most comfortable with me. Classic controller's okay, but I prefer the GameCube controller, and I can't do this on this new Wii.
sure.
Is it gonna be a lot cheaper, or?
They didn't say that. Probably not.
And how about have they upped the memory size? Since they're taking away downloadable, or since they're taking away GameCube, can you now download games via the Wii Shop at a higher rate? Because that was one of the big things with the Wii was that the memory units, people would run out when they download.
Of course they didn't update it, because then you wouldn't have to buy an SD memory card. Nintendo branded SD Wii memory card.
Okay, well,
So,
that's good.
There we go. Next up,
Seems so useless.
now, have you guys heard of OnLive?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the like cloud gaming streaming service
Yeah,
to
yeah,
play
yeah.
console games. Well, GameStop's going to be doing the same thing.
Of course they are.
Yeah, earlier this year they bought a company called Spawn Labs, who specialize in streaming technology. And word is coming out that GameStop is actually testing right now for their own PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 streaming service, with plans of it going live sometime in the middle of next year. And there's supposed to be more information about it in the early next year, between January and March. Now, GameStop, who specializes in used sales, is now going into the digital streaming service. Your guys' thoughts? Would you guys even want to do streaming?
I don't know.
Gaming?
It depends on how well it would work. You know, I know like for people with good internet connections, then sure, you know that's appealing. But
Yeah.
I'd rather own the game personally.
Me too, but I think there's definitely some advantages, maybe for a trial service. You can try the games before you buy them, as opposed to going out and renting them. You know, companies have demos and such that you can play online. I think it's cool that you can just you'll be able to play these games on your browser, as opposed to locking into your 360 or PS3 or, well, I guess not Wii, but.
My biggest question is like how much it's going to cost and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I imagine you're going to have some sort of yearly or monthly subscription fee, along with how much you have to pay for the games themselves.
And then on live on
Which, if they don't make the games themselves cheaper than they are in retail stores, what's the point?
Yeah, and they could also potentially do play by the hour, you know,
Or even
stuff
something like that.
Yeah.
Like rentals or whatever.
beating.
Suck.
That'd be like going to Mexico to play. Like in Mexico, they have all their like in a lot of countries outside the United States, they have places, they're like game centers where you go in and you pay by the hour that you play, and because people can't afford it.
$40 an hour.
So yeah, that'd suck. But
It's like a whole new like record keeping system, and like like how much money did you spend to beat Dig Dug? Only $10.
What's up?
Damn, like
you can beat Dig Dug?
Yeah, I can beat Dig Dug for $10.
You can
Holy
beat
shit.
Dig Dug?
Well, you know what I mean.
Oh, okay, I was like, whoa, breaking news.
I just threw a game out.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
All right.
But the biggest thing with the streaming services, when it comes to my games, like I'm a very materialistic person. Like I like having an actual physical collection. So I don't know if I would ever really get into this. But at the same time, something like Steam is awesome.
Yeah, it's funny because I did a podcast interview with Original Gamer this past week, and during that we talked about Game Attack and kind of the way just the market is going, and why when our lease expired at Game Attack, why we said okay, well that was fun, but. If GameStop is doing this, I think that's a very clear direction as to where the video game world is going. It's all online.
Well, we always have these stores with these developers doing all these things to cut down on used game sales, so
Yeah.
it's only natural that GameStop's going to try and
There was
do
actually
something else.
another report last week about GameStop's fiscal quarter report or something like that, or to this year report or something like that. New game sales are down, but what is up is used sales, and by a crap ton, digital sales.
Yeah.
Whether they sell games online or like the Xbox Live cards and things like that in store. Like that went up, like it was like 64% or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
So
Smart of them to respond to it.
Yeah.
It's very obvious. I mean, we've been saying that for years. It's, ever since DLC really started was, okay, everything's going digital now, Yeah, it's great to have a copy of the game, but when you can download it and you don't have to go to the store.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pick it up. And you don't, it can just be right on your console.
you just want to be more lazy.
Yeah. That's what games are all about, right? Being lazy.
Okay, next story.
Not fun.
Are you guys excited for Gears of War 3?
Not really.
Okay, Chad. All right, that's the end of my story. Well, Gears of War 3 is coming out in a month, less than a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
It's next
Okay.
September.
All right.
Less than a month. Gears of War 3 is going to be coming out, and of course it's a big deal because it's supposed to be the end of the trilogy. A lot of people are excited for the game, and of course, anytime a Gears of War game is going to get released, it's going to get leaked onto BitTorrent, and people are going to start playing it on their modded 360s.
Didn't that happen like a month ago or 2 months ago or something like that?
I don't know. It's been happening a lot, but Epic has been saying that they have a brand new system in place for things like that, or even on their websites, where they can actually find out specifically who's been uploading these copies through what gamertag or whatever, and then they can make it so when the official game releases, they cannot play online whatsoever.
That's funny.
They're banning them from online for doing things like posting spoilers to the story, showing how the multiplayer works, things like that. Basically, spoiling the game for people who haven't seen it yet.
They're just gonna track their IPs or something?
I don't know.
That's funny.
So,
I wasn't gonna go into the legal logistics about it, but
do you guys remember what was that company where they're trying to, it was a music company, and the music company was like, we have this new technology, and it's going to prevent people from ripping CDs. And it said, this new technology is going to change the way that our IP is protected, and nothing's going to be ripped online, and so on and so forth, right? And they released it, and then an hour later, somebody broke it. And it was
remember that.
there was a ring on your CD, right? On the interior, there's the hole, right? And right on the inside, there was a ring that had some sort of coating on it or something, right? And they're like, this is going to change the way it works. And then somebody put a piece of tape over it, and then you can just rip it. and that's how they got around it. So they're like, well, that sucks. And they spent all this money. So, and that's kind of what I hear when somebody goes, we have this way, it's going to change the way we do things. It's,
they're not stopping the piracy itself.
Yeah.
They're just saying like they'll know
We'll
who's
find out who
doing
you
it,
are and ban you
they'll
from the
ban
real
you
game.
from doing it.
See, I don't think that's going to prevent people. I really don't think that's going to prevent people.
People
at
will find a
all.
way.
It's not going to
around
prevent
it.
people from pirating it. No.
No, exactly, because you're gonna stop one guy. The idea is that you're scaring them into stopping to do it. Stopping them ripping the game and putting it on. But I don't think that's going to stop people at all, because ultimately, you're going to put one person out and they're going to switch gamer tags. They switch gamer tags or they do something else, or they change emails, or
I don't know if it's like IP or gamer tag.
they hide their IP address.
Like I said,
whatever.
they didn't really say specifically how they're going to do it.
They use a fakie. I don't know. I mean, there'll be tons of ways around it. And look, hackers are smart. They're probably a lot smarter than the people at Epic, and I say that a lot. That a lot of people are a lot smarter than what people think. But I don't know. I think it'll be squashed like that. So
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Good luck to them.
good luck indeed.
That's hard news.
All right. So let's get into some real hard news, shall we?
Oh.
All right. So last week we did a little teasing. We said this week was going to be the biggest announcement in ScrewAttack history, and by far, we definitely feel that is the truth. So let me open up my computer for a little bit of notes, because I have my rundown of all the fun stuff I want to talk about today. And of course.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
I know, isn't it? All right. So I started teasing on Facebook this past week. I was like, we talked about this big announcement, and people started talking, speculating and such. So I thought I'd have a little fun this week on my Facebook page and saying what it was not. And some of the great ideas, people speculated for. I just want to go down the list of some of the things that were really funny and what we're not going to talk about right now. And some people suggested an opening of a new game attack, and I think we've already squashed that.
So many people right now are like, just tell me what it is!
That's not going to happen.
What else isn't it?
It's not slam ball related.
nuts.
A lot of look. The biggest announcement in ScrewAttack history has nothing to do with Slam Ball.
Slam Ball is back!
Sorry.
That would have been awesome. Wasn't that the reason we got this whole new office so we could set up our Slam Ball?
Yeah, the
court?
Slam
In the
Ball
back,
court,
that's right. That's the whole reason. That's right.
It's right next to a fire pole.
I had this vision, guys. Slam Ball. No, ScrewAttack is not going to have a TV show right now.
Not ruling it out,
Yes.
but not at this moment.
At this moment, that's not what this is about. No, this does not have anything to do with SGC 2012. All right. We're not announcing that. We're not announcing texting the bread for the Android.
That'd be a weak announcement.
That'd be a really weak announcement, yeah. And no, thanks to Blake Barrett, this is probably my favorite suggestion. Karima Christmas is not joining the ScrewAttack crew.
Damn!
I know.
Karima
Well,
Christmas.
now I don't even care.
Does anyone
about
know what
you have
happened to her?
say.
She did not make the All-Star team, and I think she committed suicide.
Aw.
Whoa, dude!
Terrible.
Whoa!
Just kidding. Karima, we love you. But we'll get you All-Star next year.
Next year.
You're an
We're gonna do a lot
all-star in
more
our hearts.
A lot more prep time.
That's right. It'll be more than like 4 days. We're going to start a full campaign. We're going to get
There
you
you
in. All right. So let's actually talk about what we're going to talk about today. And this is something we've been working on for literally months. 6, 7, 8 months, something like that. It's been building for a long time.
Hey, real quick. Hey, Craig, how's your day?
It's been pretty good.
Okay.
I'm a little antsy right now. I'm actually kind of excited, a little jittery.
Okay.
but-
Hey, I got another hard news story. Let's talk about that instead.
you want
That'd
to?
be good.
So it turns out, I'm just kidding.
Hey, did you guys see the new Behind the Bites?
I have not yet.
I haven't yet. I just saw that it was up.
Yeah.
so I
Well, what do you
watched
say we watch it right now
Okay,
with the
let's-
community? I think
yeah,
that'd be
there you
great.
go.
If you guys just want to sit tight while we watch this 15-minute episode,
All right, this is too cruel. I'm sorry. I started
stop now.
that.
That's about Yoshi. All right. So we have been building the new ScrewAttack. This is not version 5. Let me be clear on that. This is not version 5. This is the new ScrewAttack. New logo, new staff, new look, new intros, new everything. This is a total change of philosophy of ScrewAttack and how it's run. It's pretty crazy.
Let me clarify real quick. When he says new staff, I'm really hoping it doesn't mean we're all gone.
No, we're just adding to the existing staff right now. And this is something that, like I said, we've been building for quite a long time. And I know a lot of people are going to go, oh, a new website, well, that's just version 5. No, trust me, this is nothing like it. You notice with Sean and Lauren coming in, we are branching out an entire news section, an entire section for trailers. We're essentially taking 3 websites and bringing it all into one. One for original content, one for news, and one for trailers. People are like, well, you're launching a new website. Well, yeah, we are. We're launching 3 new websites all at once, all in one centralized website called ScrewAttack.com. The website, the new ScrewAttack, is going to have ton of new things, including we see things around the internet that we like, that they're really cool. Mm-hmm. They're going to be on ScrewAttack. Because, if we see it, we like it, chances are you're going to like it too. So we're going to have an area for hot around the web, stuff that's wickedly cool, that's very viral. It's not something that we necessarily produced, but we want to share it with other people.
do you want me to show teaser images of this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can show this stuff.
I'll
absolutely.
show some of this stuff.
You can show this stuff for sure. And one of the things that over the years we've had a lot of features on ScrewAttack, and something that we haven't done a really good job of is showcasing some of our previous features. And for that, we're going to be bringing back an area called the ScrewAttack Classics area. And in the ScrewAttack Classics area, you'll be able to find some of the videos that made ScrewAttack what it is. You'll be able to actually scroll through and check them and see some of the best stuff that made ScrewAttack into ScrewAttack is, as well as some of the shows that are coming back that some people who are watching this probably never even heard of.
Right, yeah, new G ones that want to get caught up on old content, or if you just want to, remember all the classic, funny stuff.
Shows like Game Jew. Game Jew's coming back to ScrewAttack. Now, not making new episodes, but his entire catalog of previous stuff produced for ScrewAttack. Now, Game Jew was something that from way back in 2006.
This was before me.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Art and Gaming. This is like a really short-lived series that's coming back. Captain S. The entire series of Captain S is going to be on ScrewAttack, so you'll be able to check it out and watch it.
Was that one about the game store?
No, Game Deals.
Yeah, that's the one.
Game Deals is not included on this.
Oh, okay.
But who knows?
Name tag. I'm sorry, I had to do that.
Yeah, but name tags will be on as well. So the ScrewAttack Classics area. Tons of things like an announcement area, daily poll, something I'm really excited about. Our calendar, a calendar where you actually be able to go back and see starting from when the site launched, when actually content hit the site, so you can go back. When was that video? When was that? Oh, you can go back and check it out on the calendar and find it. Yeah. Something that I'm really excited about was we're going to be doing a lot more text stuff. You'll actually find we'll have our video reviews as well as a lot of text reviews. You can kind of see how we've been building up to that on the current site as we've been releasing some text stuff. It's been more so a lot of practice for the new Screw Attack. Photo uploads are going to be big, so you'll be able to see all the fun stuff from PAX and
I'm excited for that stuff.
TGS.
Yeah. Like I think that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, because
like our photo galleries and things like that.
Because we realize that there's a lot of times that we just don't have time to produce a video, and sometimes the best thing to do is just to showcase. We want to show you the booths at E3, the hot chicks at E3, things like that. Some of the panels at PAX, things like that, just to give you the atmosphere, the culture of what gaming is all about. Something that we're actually going to be the first site to debut this, period, online, in terms of the video game world. We're actually we talked about how GameStop is getting into their streaming service. We partnered with a company called Gaikai, and ScrewAttack will be the first video game website to actually allow you to try demos of games before you can buy them. Your full PS3 and Xbox games, you'll be able to play games like Dead Space and things like that actually on ScrewAttack. You'll be able to check them out.
Like the website itself, on your browser, you will be playing Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 games.
Yes, exactly. You'll be able to check
cool
out
stuff.
That blows my mind.
Entire demos just on ScrewAttack. And we're going to be the first website ever to do that.
And it'll be set up for mobile devices.
Yes, exactly.
Which
The new
people
site
have
will
been
work on
asking
our
for.
phones?
Yes.
Oh
It's
my
always-
goodness.
Always
Yeah.
worked on my phone. Android,
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, we have a brand new video player we're going to be launching with this site.
Video player that works?
It works, and you'll be able to view all of ScrewAttack content on your iPhone and your mobile devices, whether it's your Android, whether it's your iPhone, whether it's your iPad, whatever it may be, you'll be able to view it right there. So we've thought of version 4. Version 4
Never really came out.
It never came to what we wanted to be. Now, version 4 from our end, to be absolutely honest, was not what we wanted it to be. But it was a great learning experience. We learned the kind of technology we really wanted. We learned about the partnerships we wanted to make the site into what we want it to be. And the new ScrewAttack is the culmination of literally everything that we've learned over the past 5.5 years.
Yeah.
So
one of the biggest things is we recognize that version 4, we had trailers, we had news, we had reviews and stuff like that, but it was kind of like a smattering here and there because we're working on a limited staff, and we produce original content every single day, so that stuff can kind of bog us down. And just kind of the idea, so with this site, was to just totally relaunch and hit everything hard. We want to be your one-stop shop for if you want trailers, if it's gaming news that you would find anywhere, you can find it on ScrewAttack.
Yeah.
If it's a trailer that just came out, it's going to be on ScrewAttack. Same thing, and then of course we're going to continue doing our original content. And that's one of the reasons Craig's brought in new staff so that we can have the people to get this stuff to you, so that you can come here and get everything you need. So
yeah, I think it's a great way to put it. Jared, you gonna say something?
I was going to say, talk about reviews a little bit, because you kind of talked about how we're doing text reviews and stuff like that. I think you're just going to be seeing a lot more reviews in general.
Yeah.
That's something that we're really kind of hunkering down on, and is getting a lot of those done. So you're going to see a lot more video reviews, you're going to see a lot more text-based reviews for everything, whether it's going to be console-based stuff, Xbox Live Arcade, mobile device games, whatever. We're going to try to review pretty much anything possible. Do we want to talk about some of the changes that we're doing to review side of things?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We are going to keep the buy it, rent it, and F it system, so you'll still be saying that, you'll still see that as a recommendation. But aside from fancy new intros and things like that, we are going to go to the 10-point base scale, because as great as the buy it, rent it, F it system is, the 10-point scale is what people look at. So we're going to be adapting that. We're going to be using the whole scale. To us, 5 is average, not 7.
I think the best way to describe this is kind of the way I've been saying from the start. There's a lot of websites out there where a 7 is average for a game. That's not the case in ScrewAttack. We're going to call this the bar scale or the hot girl scale. Where when you go to a bar, when you go out, right? When you go out, you see a hot girl, you see a hot guy, whatever it may be. You're like, oh, well, she's a 10, right? But you see someone who's fairly average, oh, she's a 5. And that's kind of what we're doing with our game reviews too.
Yeah, I don't know. She's a 4, 5 when I'm drunk.
So that's how we're gonna rate our stuff on
With the
on
date
scale.
rating?
She's drunk.
To where,
Gameplay's a 5, but if you're hammered, 10.
Hey,
Why not?
No, but so it's going to be a 1 through 10 with the decimals in between, with the 0.5s.
Yeah,
so
0.5, not 0.25, not 0.6, not 0.73, anything like that. It's going to be by the 0.5s. So, and the biggest thing is we're doing 5 as the average is because if you do 7 as the average, then it's so hard for a game to be good, and there's a lot larger range for a game to fail or be bad.
Yeah.
This is far more even.
We've given it a ton of thought. We've talked about this for hours at different meetings and such. But the thing about the review scale, we have our byte rented effort, we have our 1 through 10. Why are we making the change to numbers? A lot of it has to do with, there's a game, like a perfect example would be Ocarina of Time for the 3DS, right? The game is great. I would have given it like a 9, but I would have said F it as well, because the game is great, but it's, I have no use for it at this time, right? And there's a lot of games where they're really good, but you may not need them, or they're, or you may want to buy them, but they're not really bad. They're not really great. Like Duke Nukem, you probably want to buy it, but it's just not a very good game.
Buy it for a piece of history.
Yeah, exactly.
Another good example I thought of was the game Enslaved. Phenomenal game, really great game, but also kind of short and there really is no replay value. So that would be like an 8.5 or 9 out of 10, but maybe a rented.
Right.
Yeah. So, you're going to get a really good balance of the review scale. So, we're definitely going to, make some changes.
One of the best things, you can search for things. And it works. You don't have to go through Google. You will actually be able to search. I have personally done it, and it works. It's amazing.
What about hashtags?
Hashtags.
Oh yeah, that actually brings up the great point of the social networking stuff.
Yep. Sure.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing you're going to notice on the new ScrewAttack is there's not a number scale. There's no I'm rating this video 1 through 11 or 1 through 10, which I know a lot of people are like, I really like the 11, but the thing about that is that once there's some flaws in that system. We figured the best way to counteract that is we really instituted and pushed the social networking side of things with the new ScrewAttack, to where when you like something, you're going to just hit like on your Facebook, and that's the best way to show support for the video, for whatever it may be. So you can just click like, and that's how the support for that video will grow. You can do the same thing for Twitter. So through Facebook and Twitter, that's how you show your approval, as opposed to giving it a 1 through 10 or an 11. Because a lot of times with those rating things, you'll see you'll see a lot of people voted a 1, and a lot of people voted a 10.
Never in between.
Yeah, no one gives it an honest look.
Which is exactly the same as I like it or I don't.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's exactly, so now you just like it through Facebook, or you like it through Twitter, and or Google Buzz, or whatever social network you use, and or whatever the Google Plus, and you'll be able to share it with your friends, so they can then check it out as well. So, I do want to just really push through that, like Chad said, we're going to be your one-stop shop. We have the staff in place for news, for trailers, for original content, the best original content online. I promise you that if it's awesome, it's going to be on ScrewAttack. And even if we didn't produce it, there's embed codes for a reason. We want to bring that stuff so you can check all the best stuff out online on ScrewAttack. There's so much stuff I haven't even touched on.
Now, Craig, here's I'm sure what's on a lot of G1's minds right now. What about the stuff the G1s have made? What about their blogs? What about those things?
All right,
so videos.
Yeah, so here you go. Now, if there was ever a line of demarcation, there have been several points in ScrewAttack's history where there have been like, this is where things changed, right? This is one of those points where everything changes for ScrewAttack when this site launches, which we'll get to very shortly. This is your warning, because there's going to be such a lot of demarcation. The only thing we're bringing over from the old site to the new site are user accounts. All of your content, you can pull from ScrewAttack and post it later on the new ScrewAttack, but all your stuff can still be posted, but it's not going to be brought over in the server migration.
Yeah, just the way the servers work and the way the site's being built, we aren't able to just take everything and automatically transfer it over.
A lot of you guys are fans of blogging. This blogging system is phenomenal.
It's awesome.
It's
really cool.
Very pretty.
So with that being said, a lot of the stuff you wrote for the version 4 site wouldn't carry over with the new formatting and such that you're allowed. Some of the new features and such. And we've had some folks on just tinkering with the blogging system that are real big bloggers on ScrewAttack, and they're in love with it. They're like, this is amazing. We've truly thought out everything that we would want in a website, and we think you guys would want in a website. And some of the things that some of the things that were, definitely lacking in older versions of ScrewAttack, everything is accounted for here. And if it's not accounted for, we'll make it accounted for.
So if you've got things that you have worked on and you want to keep, start going into your old blog, start doing copy pastes of text or whatever now, find the video embed codes or just HTML coding and just copy paste that wherever, just so you have that saved.
Right.
So that way when the new site comes up, you can put it right back on there.
Yeah. So a lot of you guys are asking, you're saying, when is this new site launching? When's the first time I'm going to be able to see the new site? When is the new ScrewAttack going to be available to me? Next Tuesday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, check your time zones, make sure everything's good. That's 6 o'clock Eastern, that's 4 o'clock Pacific, and 5 o'clock Mountain. No, check that.
Wow.
3 o'clock, sorry.
That's why you need to check your times.
6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Mountain, 5 o'clock Central. There you go. We'll be doing a live stream showcasing the new site and answering your questions. Everything you'd ever want to know about the new ScrewAttack, the new look of it, the new layout, why it's the ideal site for gamers. The goal for this is to have everything good all in one place. That's the goal. And we're gonna definitely going to accomplish that goal. I don't know.
So that's next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. There will be a live stream of the new site.
Yes. And we'll also archive it. We're going to do our best to archive it for those of you who can't catch it live. But we try to be considerate towards everybody in the time zones, the European community, the obviously U.S. community, to where it's a convenient time. If we did it any later, like the Euro G1s couldn't check it out, and if we did it any earlier, then people at work and school couldn't check it out. So we try to be real considerate with that, but like I said, we will be archiving it so everybody gets their fair share of the new ScrewAttack. Immediately following the live, we'll actually be going into a beta of sorts. It'll be a private beta where we'll be showcasing it to a certain number of G1s, just getting some of the kinks out, and man, the most exciting thing about this is that we've been going through this stuff internally and really just doing our best. We call it breaking the site. We go in and just try to break it. And there's not a whole lot to break. Nah. Like, this thing is so put together so well that we feel really, really good about things. So,
and anything we have found, they're just like, oh, all right, done.
Yeah, fixed. So,
developer's great.
Yeah, and spam bots, by the way.
You're not getting migrated over.
Yeah, they're
you stay to die.
They will die, and we realize that's been a big issue. And a lot of people have gone, well, I don't know, we could probably talk about how we felt handcuffed the last really year and a half, 2 years, where the developers we worked with haven't been the most keen in getting things done. They've seen a lot of
personnel shifts.
Yeah, in their company, which has really put a hamper on ScrewAttack, and it hasn't allowed us to do the things we wanted it to do. So this is a fresh, clean slate. Big changes, big changes, and I don't think people are going to quite understand until they get on the site and they experience it.
Yeah.
What a drastic difference this is, and how
can't stop looking at it.
I know. I've got it pulled up right here. It's just nice and beautiful. So.
We got a bunch of other stuff too that's not announced.
Yeah, I haven't even gone into some of the meat on the site, but we'll go into that on Tuesday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. We'll be streaming live, so hang tight. It's going to be a great wild ride.
Now, you said that we're going to be doing a closed beta for select G1s. What if there's some G1s watching right now that want to help us with the beta? How can they actually get considered for beta testing?
You can email any of us, myself, Craig at ScrewAttack.com. Chat at ScrewAttack.com, chat at ScrewAttack.com, or chat at ScrewAttack.com, or Jared at ScrewAttack.com. You can email them, whoever you're following on Facebook or Twitter or whatever it may be. If they email me, my email is already going crazy anyway. So we'll look at everybody.
I was gonna kind of do a contest myself. I don't know about you guys.
So what do you want to do?
I was gonna make it so I was gonna hand select a small number of super G1s who follow me on Twitter, right, or on Facebook. So like to show your support, the fact if you want to do that, show it by saying like I listen to what you say, or even like the ScrewAttack Twitter, or anything like that.
Okay, let's do it.
We'll just randomly select people from that, or tweet at me or the ScrewAttack one, or Craig, or Chad, or Ben.
I'll tell you what, let's do that.
Whoever.
Let's do that. While watching, if you want to be a part of this, you need to tweet at ScrewAttack. I want to be a part of the new ScrewAttack, and the new ScrewAttack needs to be hashtag new ScrewAttack. All right, so we know. Okay. So you tweet at ScrewAttack. I want to be a part of the new hashtag new ScrewAttack, and from there we'll choose. It'll be really simple. So we definitely want to get a lot of people on the site and get people experiencing this. You can start tweeting right now, and we'll make sure it happens. So, but once again, if you do want to follow Jared, just for shameless plugging, what is it?
Pro Jared at Twitter.
You kind of fizzled out there at the end.
I was put on the spot.
Okay. I'm not Stuttering Craig.
Twitter
and
at
you
Pro
are
Jared, Stuttering Craig.
ScrewAttack's Chat.
All right, there you go. So, once again, line of demarcation right here, man. This is super exciting for us, and we've been really biting our tongue on this for a long time because the excitement level around the office is at a boiling point right now. I think everybody kind of sees the light at the end of the tunnel, and
I'm so ready for it to be out.
yeah, and it's gonna be great. So
when can we expect the new site to go live for everybody?
just a few weeks.
What?
Yeah, and that's the most exciting thing. When we announced version 4, it was like
Forever.
it'll be like in 6 months it's coming. Well, this is just a couple weeks away. We want to get a few people. We want to get some people on with the beta and really just kind of flush it out and see how people see if there's anything we missed, and if there is, then we'll take care of it. If not, go time. So. Our goal is to have the site live before Tokyo Game Show, so you can experience what the news team, the trailers, and everything we're going to be doing with screenshots and photos and original content, so you can experience it. That's the idea, is before Tokyo Game Show. It may even be before that.
We'll see what happens.
Yes, the idea originally was before COD XP, but you can definitely be able to see a lot of the COD XP stuff once we relaunched.
And also in version 4, it's not dead yet.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So there you go, the big new announcement. Man, I feel like I was literally kind of shaking while we were doing it because I feel like so much energy. Like I'm staring at it right now. I'm staring at this new site.
People are gonna like freeze frame that and try to dissect as much as possible.
Yep.
Well, we still have some placeholders on the site, so.
I'm gonna throw a black blob over it just to mess with people.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Or I'll superimpose a completely different website.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you're already gonna be showing.
Oh yeah.
So, God, I'm excited.
All right.
I feel like I almost feel like worn out now because I feel like I've gotten so much energy out in the last 10 minutes.
Will you take a break and let me do forum questions?
Oh my God, it's so silly. I know people they don't understand. Like, they're not gonna understand. They're not gonna understand until they play with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
That's what she said, by the way. All right, Xenophobe Lives wants to know. What game that you have beaten do you consider the most difficult or gave you the most trouble? I can tell you mine like right off the bat, and that was since it's one we've beaten. Like I remember like just the absolute feeling when I beat Ninja Gaiden on Xbox. That game was a bitch, and I beat it. So
this is gonna probably come as a shock to you, Jared. But the original Dragon Warrior, I beat.
What?
Yeah, I beat.
It's not hard,
really?
but
Well,
I'm sure it was hard for you.
Shit.
Well, here's the thing. As somebody who like when the original Dragon Warrior came out,
yeah.
I didn't know what an RPG was. You know, like it was just a game. You know, and it was
you were RPG-tarded.
It was a different type of game than I was used to playing. You know, because video games to me were run and jump and shoot and things like that. Yeah. So when I played it, I didn't quite understand the leveling up thing, and so I was playing it as a regular game to where you just try to get to the boss and beat him. So I got to the boss, and just continuously just got destroyed over and over again. But I would eventually get to him over and over again, and I beat him one time, and then I was like, I'm done. I beat it, and that was it. So, Dragon Warrior.
Well, all right.
I got stuck in Legend of the Guy. I never got to beat that. Anyway.
I don't know off the top of my head. I was gonna say Final Fantasy 1, but I played that through recently with Destin, actually, when he was doing the video game vault for it. Wasn't as hard as I remember.
Well, you were a lot younger then.
Yeah, but
and also at the time I was a kid. Okay, funny story. The first time I played Final Fantasy, I died the very first battle against 3 imps because I didn't know to equip my party members with the stuff I bought for them.
Change the game, baby.
That's true.
Change the game.
Yeah, which I found out later how to do that thanks to reading the instruction booklets, which no longer exist.
Nice. You want to talk about hard games when you were a kid? Fucking Boy and His Blob.
Boing
When I was
yeah,
a
that's the
kid,
one.
no way, dude. I'm like, I just want to feed the damn thing jelly beans, and like, why is it, like,
Yeah, and
like, what does this one do? And it's like, oh, that was the only one you had. Well, now you're fucked. Hit reset.
I think it was the peach one. You only had one jelly bean, and if you didn't know what you're doing with that one jelly bean and you used it, you didn't get any more left. So.
It pissed me off as a
Thought
kid.
of a couple more. Either Swords and Serpents for NES,
Okay.
or oh, I just had it and I lost it.
Oh, lost it.
Dang it.
Damn.
I'll remember.
On a little side
Oh,
note.
Gauntlet 2.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's not really a hard game, it just takes so much time.
Well, a very vivid memory I have while we're talking. It wasn't beating the game; it was beating one person in the game.
Okay.
Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo. I fought Vega. Like I went over to my cousin's house, and like before each round, it says like battle 12 or battle 11, whatever. Based on how many things. And I was going through the game. I was breezing through it. I'd never done that well. I hadn't lost a round. Then I hit Vega. And I fought Vega probably close to 80 times before I
started
beat him.
saying battle upside down question mark number sign.
Yeah. It was literally close to, that shrieks in my brain. And I only play as Ryu, and I was like, I'm playing as Ryu. All I knew how to do was spam fireballs.
I was like, yeah, you couldn't
couldn't do it. So, I finally beat him, and then I fought Sagat 20 times, and whatever. It was
Scott.
Sagat.
We have this battle constantly.
Bob Saget. All right.
Okay.
All right, next up, a video question from Alucard746.
G1 Alucard746 here with just a quick question. Have you ever had a sequel that you've been waiting for a very long time in a great series? Kind of like, for example, for me it's Mega Man Legends 3 and like how Duke Nukem Forever came out this year. Just curious if you guys had anything that you've been waiting a very long time for.
I think Mega Man 3 Mega Man Legends is a really good example of a game you waited a long time for. But were you really hoping that would come out? I think it was one of those things where a lot of people, I don't know, for like Mega Man Legends 3, some people were hoping it would come out, but I think a lot of people lost hope. And that's kind of how I was with a lot of sequels until recently, where all of a sudden you see this retro revival,
Right.
Of games, and you go, oh, that's cool. I never would have thought that would have come out, and now all of a sudden, hey, it's out, and that's cool. And you kind of, once they're announced, then the anticipation starts building. But like, throughout the old, obviously Street Fighter, there's a decade between the games, or like Mortal Kombat, right? Mortal Kombat, they've been releasing things, but
They sucked.
it's been such a crappy thing. So like, the difference between like Mortal Kombat. I like Mortal Kombat 4, right? So like Mortal Kombat 4 and Mortal Kombat 9, there was a big gap in there, and there may have been good games between there, but nothing that you would consider Mortal Kombat, 2D side-scrolling or 2D action, So once these games are announced, that's when the anticipation starts building, but nothing that I've really been waiting for, per se, I guess.
KI3,
Yeah.
Conker's Bad Fur Day 2, and actually, the first thing that popped into my head when I heard that question was, it's not a video game, it's a book. I read a book series which has now been popular called, it's on HBO show now called Game of Thrones, but I've read the book series way back. I was waiting for the most recent book for 6.5 years.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's been driving me crazy. It's been so long. It just now released, like last month. But I'm having to go back and reread all the other books just to get to it because it's been so long.
Did you buy the new book?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You just haven't read it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So just kind of sitting there waiting.
6.5 years.
It's funny because we'll be on a plane and Chad will just be in this book reading about dwarfs and elves and such.
No, you read it like the worst parts. Like, for those who have read the books, they know, like, there can be like a little bit of a fantasy element, but a lot of it is just kind of like medieval-ish, like almost like twisted history almost. And like, the parts that he just happens to glance over, I can only imagine. It's like the most ridiculous. Like those few parts, it's every time too. So he thinks it's just like this ridiculous.
I'll just glance over, read a paragraph, like while he's reading.
He's like, I've come, and Zarazan said, I've come to see dragons, and then Craig just gives me this look, and I'm like, God damn it. Like,
It's every time, no matter what. What about you?
I got a couple. They never really said they're going to do a sequel, but I would love to see a brand new Legend of Dragoon game, which I've said numerous times. I'd also really like to see a new Secret of Mana game that doesn't suck. There's actually more traditional to the older Secret of Mana games, especially in Seiken Densetsu 3, which we never got. which really, they could just re-release that for the DS or 3DS and I would be pleased.
Oh, Jared.
But they've done a lot of mana games since there. There was Heroes of Mana, Children of Mana, Dawn of Mana, Legend of Mana, and they were all okay at best. None of them really got like the feel for the original Super Nintendo mana games, which were phenomenal.
Jared really wants this one.
Also, a new Chrono Trigger game.
We're not done.
Because
on the Chrono Bus.
Chrono Cross was fine, but to me that was more of a Final Fantasy game than Chrono Trigger because of the going in the battle screens. That wasn't Chrono Trigger to me. It was when you actually got into an enemy and just where you were, that was your battle screen. Then you got into business. Sorry, I'll stop.
All right. It's good, Jared. All right.
Whew. You gotta watch out for that one.
Sweet Lord, man.
I know, so.
Shadowrun was a phenomenal game.
Okay, hurry. Next video question from Koran.
All right, so here's my question. Foregoing any current relationships you're in, which video game character would you want as your wingman?
That's an awesome question. I know, right? It's
pretty good.
It's a very unique one.
My first thought was Frank West, but then I realized he would get all the ladies.
Yeah,
I'd be
dude.
stuck with nothing. So, all right, I actually got to think about this one.
Yeah, you can't have somebody who's like too buff or too cool. Oh,
Yeah.
what do you got?
Simon Belmont from Captain N. He's gay. He'll just go in, you know. He'll do his thing, and I don't have to worry about
Have you met my
competition.
friend Chad?
I don't exactly. I will look awesome by comparison, and he can share like beauty tips and crap, you know. And then,
He's out there like doing his eyebrows or
I
something.
don't know.
So,
He's gay. He does that stuff.
is he gay? Was he
No.
really gay?
Yes.
I don't think he was gay because he was always going for Princess Lana.
In our commentary, do you remember what happens when Mega Man caught him? He turned Mega Man gay.
Oh, I know. Yeah, yeah. Well, Mega Man was also kind of whatever.
So back to the question.
Yeah. So, okay, this actually goes really, really good onto like the sidekicks top 10 that we just completed, right? So this is actually a really good one. So like, you know, some of the top ones on the sidekicks list. You know, you'd think probably like a Luigi. You know, Luigi would be really good because I think he's Mario's ultimate wingman, and that
He really is.
You know, he does all the journey, he does all the dirty work, and ultimately, you know, no poo nanny at the end. So. I'm just saying, it works out great for Mario every single time. And like, Luigi hasn't even sniffed anything. Like,
What? No, he means.
Sniffed any tail.
God.
It's a term for like, you know, not like physically sniffing.
Okay. Quick, Jared, who's your wingman?
I'll go with Phoenix.
Get your minds out of the gutter. I'm talking video games.
You said
here.
sniffing. I was gonna go with Phoenix Wright because that man can talk up anyone and make anything go his way. So if I can get that guy to convince a woman that I am attractive,
He can get you out of trouble, too.
absolutely. I did something wrong, Phoenix Wright comes on, objection! No, he didn't. And then
She
I'll
was
have a bouquet of
16.
roses and he'll be like, take that!
Oh my.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then something, we'll have a rocky relationship. And she's with me and she looks at me right in the eyes and says, Jared, I'm sorry, but I'm moving on. And then from off in the distance you hear, hold it! He runs up and he saves me.
It sounds like you thought about this.
My God.
I have a lot of free time.
Okay.
Good times.
Well,
So,
what else we got?
well, the last one's a question from Cake for the Win. Back when you were a kid, every now and then your parents would help you game, or maybe even join in and play with you. What games did you regularly play with your parents?
Tetris.
None.
Really, none?
Not regularly, but that was the game I really remember playing with my dad.
My dad was awesome, dude. We played like we played a lot of Star Fox for Super Nintendo. We played Pilot Wings. He loved Pilot Wings. He actually bought Pilot Wings for 64.
I think your dad loved you more than our dads loved us.
I caught my mom playing Dr. Mario a lot. That's it.
Yeah. Well, you see, your dad also has guns.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
He'd play whatever. If he'd just like ask what I was doing. I'm like, you want to play? He'd be like, yeah. You sit down and we play. So it was good.
See, I didn't have to worry about that because I had so many brothers to play with. That's so I was always occupied.
Gotcha.
And I hated my brother as a kid. So what else?
Well, we got some birthdays.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Brad shits.
And he hated me too. It's all right.
All right.
We get along together now.
All right, well, it's time for some birthdays. Last week, Craig threw out the challenge that you had to dress as a previous member of the ScrewAttack's staff.
Oh, man,
and
I was waiting to see this.
we got a good amount, and surprisingly, not a lot of variety. So, first up, we have Lord Spletch, who's dressed up as Brian, holding up a punch-out trash can. Then we've got, he said you were the only one with a beard. Elbow Wizard is dressed up as Jose with a sombrero.
Brian was in a previous member of ScrewAttack though. That was the...
Touche. You know, that's probably why it seemed
Birthday
like
omitted.
he was kind of like really focusing on the trash can. So he was like, I think it was like, yeah, that was
a
it.
trash can. Like, well, did some dude just hold up a trash can? Like, that doesn't make any sense. No, that's not what I asked for. I asked for a previous version member of ScrewAttack.
Let me find him.
Good God.
No, that's not him. There he is. It's really dark.
You can't even see him. Man. All right.
All right. Next up, we have Elbow Wizard. He's dressed.
It is not your birthday, sir. No, just kidding.
Box 787 is Destin. He's got the hard news point going on. Then we've got Niker 411, and he is Destin as well with a jacket and point. Then we've got Pablo Anubis, Pablo Anubis, sure,
Okay.
who is Destin, but he's photoshopped himself onto our set.
Good
They're good times. Then we got Fire Hazard 51, who not dressed up, but he's in the National Guard, and he hasn't been able to watch the last two side-scrollers, but still got his birthday thing in time. So.
You get the National Guard exception.
Thanks for serving.
Smiling baklava.
Yeah. And then we've got Headstrong Gamer, who is Destin, and as he puts it, the lowest budget hard news set ever. Then we've got Joey Schmidt, who's Ryan the intern being smacked into the wall. This is, I think, the most creative one.
You need to go back and watch. Go back and watch
Zombie
the
clip.
Left 4 Dead 2 boycott zombies clip.
Or the clip of the week just from a couple weeks ago when we left the HQ, the old HQ.
Talking about.
Yeah, that's referenced in there as well.
Cool. Let's see. Then we've got the Black Yoshi, who is. Oh, he made Destin, Corey, and Jose in Little Big Planet.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. Yeah. And then we've got Bubble Dan III, who is Destin, but from Metal Gear Ben. So props for the creativity there. And then we have Vicky V, who is a chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's it.
What's with all the Destin?
Yeah. What is
I know,
up with
right?
that? It's really weird.
Of all the people you could have chosen,
It's because here's the Destin costume. Put on a jacket and point at the camera. Like.
Agreed. So, are you ready for your? We did the old members of ScrewAttack last week.
Oh no.
Your current, if you have a birthday this next week and you want to be featured on ScrewAttack, your assignment is to dress as one of the new members of ScrewAttack.
that don't exist yet.
Sean
Oh.
or Lauren, right?
Or Chaz.
All right. Well, Chaz is an intern.
Oh, okay.
And so is Drake. They've never seen Drake. So just the two news folk, right? We announced the new ScrewAttack. It's only fitting, right? So we need Sean.
I'll have like a video apiece.
Well, I know, but they'll need to go back and watch it. Sean has a big ass goatee, right? And Lauren is a girl.
They look normal.
So in a week, grow a goatee or boobs.
They look normal.
How do you dress as Destin?
Put on a jacket, you point.
How do you dress as Brian? Grow a goatee.
beard.
That's right.
You get a red hat
And you get a hat.
hold a Kirby.
Well, he was holding a freaking trash can, and then we let that guy in. So hey, why not?
also glasses.
I'm just saying. So
You don't have to be so hard on it, Craig.
I'm just saying.
How do you dress as Craig? Backwards hat.
Well, I'm not
Do an
asking you to
eyebrow.
dress as me. Yeah, I'm asking you to dress as Sean or Lauren, the new news team at ScrewAttack. All right, there you go, man. Oh,
How do you dress as Jared? Get a bunch of muscles. Have a very chiseled, manly face. Have 8
Live in
women around you.
delusions.
Live in delusion. Cry when you're alone.
They're there.
Well, go crazy about Chrono Cross.
I think we set like a length record for this side scroller.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to talk about, and look, we know we kind of some big stuff for us, and it'll be big stuff for you guys. Like I said, the new ScrewAttack is coming very shortly, and we are extremely proud of this thing. I don't know. Are you guys pretty excited about it?
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it.
I don't know, like when version 4 launched, it was like we were excited, but like we did this right, and we know we're doing this right with, it's, like I said, 3 sites all in one, along with everything you'd ever want to find on the internet is going to be on ScrewAttack, as well as keeping it real with our original content, because that's what how you guys got to know us, and that's how we're going to keep it. So.
Can we change the name to Keeping It Real?
ScrewAttack.com, keeping it real. Yeah. So if you want something original every day, you're still going to find it, but you're also going to find something original constantly being updated. Like ScrewAttack is going to be updated constantly. It's going to be incredible. Really excited. So once again, check it out. The live stream Tuesday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, followed by a beta, and then we'll be launching shortly after that. It's coming very soon. Yes. Man, oh man, I'm excited. All right, so until next week, I'm Stuttering Craig.
I'm Chad.
And I'm Professional Jared.
For SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com. Bye-bye.